Hi, this is Satya from Sri Bharathi Arts and Science College for Women, Pudukottai. Today we are talk about the topic is ASP.NET. First of all, we would know about what is ASP.NET and how is different from ASP. ASP, it is a server-side technology for creating dynamic web page using scripting language. For example, VB Script. ASP.NET, server-side technology for creating dynamic web page using fully fledged programming language supported by .NET. And then VB.NET, our chosen language for writing ASP.NET page. What is .NET? A Microsoft strategy and a new technology for delivering software service to the desktop and to the web. Components included MS Intermediate language. All code is compiled into a more abstract, trimmed version before execution. All .NET language are compiled to MSIL, the common language of .NET. The CLR common language runtime responsible to executing MSIL code interfacing to Windows and IIS. A rich set of library available to all .NET language. The .NET language such as C#, VB.NET, etc. that conform to CLR. Common language runtime type system. Compiler use the runtime type system to produce type compatible component. Robust and secure. Native code compilation. First one is MSIL, second one is no interpreter, third one is install time or runtime IL to native compiler. Code correctness and type safety. IL can be verified to type safety. No unsafe cost to uninstall variable. No out of bounds array indexing. Evidence based security. Policy grant permission based on evidence. For example, signature and organ. Common language runtime. Lightweight just-in-time compiler. MSIL to native machine language can be ported to numerous platforms. The compiled code is transformed into an intermediate language called the Microsoft Intermediate language. An integer is Visual Basic .NET or an int in C# are converted to the same .NET data type, which is int33. The IL that is created is the same for all language. The assembly is the compiled .NET program. The assembly contains the IL along with additional information called metadata. Metadata contains information about the assembly. Use the IL disassembler to view the IL within an assembly. Framework overview. VB, C#, C++, JavaScript. Common language specification. Web form, ASP.NET, WinForm, data and XML. Base class library, common language runtime, Visual Studio.NET. ASP.NET class browser. ASP.NET provide a means of exposing the .NET framework and its functionality to the WW. Contain the number of per-built type that take input from .NET type and represent them in a form for the web, such as HTML. Class browser. ASP.NET. The last version of ASP.NET is known as ASP.NET. Visual Studio.NET is a developer application used to create ASP.NET web application. There are two main types of web resources created with ASP.NET application. First one is web form, second one is web service. The web form is a ASP.NET page within the ASP.NET application. Web service or ASP.NET web page that contain published exposed code so that other application can interact with them. Web services are identified within the file extension web form. The ASP.NET web form is separated in two logical areas. First one is the HTML platform, second one is a collection of code behind the web form. The HTML platform contains the design, layout, content and the controls. Create the user interface or presentation layer. Instruct the browser how to format the web page. The fourth one is created using a combination of HTML control, HTML server control, mobile control and ASP.NET control. Server control. HTML server control are similar to the HTML control except they are processed by the server. Add runnet equal to server to the HTML control to transform into an HTML server control. HTML control input types equal to text double quotes. HTML server control input type equal to text, runnet equal to server. Server side program can interact with the control before it is returned as a plain HTML control and set to the server. ASP.NET controller. ASP.NET from controller will ASP.NET form controller will create the HTML code. ASP.NET server controller are organized as first one is ASP.NET form control, data validation control, view control, mobile control. ASP.NET control are using identify with the prefix ASP followed by the name of the control. ASP.NET button. ASP.NET button ID equal to show btn, runnet equal to server, text is equal to show the message. User control. User control are external files that can be including within another web form. User control allows you to reuse code across multiple files. For example, you can create a user control that display the negative bar. Other ASP.NET server control, data validation control, mobile control, literal control. Data validation control is a series of control that validate from data without extensive JavaScript programming. Mobile controls, a series of controls that provide from functionality with wireless and mobile device. Literally control, page content that is not assigned to a specific HTML control, such as a combination of HTML tag and text to the browser. The code behind server program are writing in a separate file known as the code behind the page. Page class event. The page class consists of a variety of method, function and properties that can be accessed within the code behind the page. The first time the page is requested by a client, a service of page event across. Web service. Web service also provide a means to expose .NET functionality on the web, but web service expose functionality via XML and SOAP. Thank you for watching.